Heung, thank you for speaking to us today. We'll look ahead to this weekend's match in a moment, but we have to start with last night. What happened?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, disappointing as well, but it's a football. Sometimes we have to learn something about from last night, and still disappointed. But yeah, we have on Saturday against big game again. We can make good again, and we can forget it. And we're just looking for next game.
A very disappointing result, a disappointing performance in the second half. How has the mood been amongst you and your teammates today?
Yeah, after the game, of course, everyone was disappointed. Yeah, I can't say what word because everyone was angry, or many players was disappointed. Me as well, personally, because it was my 100 game for the Spurs, and I want to win this game. But first half we played very well. We had a great chance to score a lot of goals, but yeah, 2-0 winner, we are up, and yeah, I think it's we have to learn from last night.
But attention now switches back to the Premier League, and in the domestic sense, you're going fantastic at the moment. Really, really strong performances. Just the one defeat. You must be happy with how things are looking at the moment for Tottenham.
Yeah, of course. I think the team is going very well, and team works really hard to game by game. Everyone wants to win every game, every weekend or every Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever it's coming. Whenever it's a game coming, and when it's ready for the fight. And I think I'm really enjoy to fight every training session or every game.
And a word on the last match you played in the Premier League against Liverpool, a very impressive win. You got on the score sheet as well, and your link up with Harry Kane in that game won a lot of praise.
Yeah, I think Harry Kane is one of the best players in the world. I think he can score from everywhere. I just call him sometimes some funny. I call him just monster, because when I see him, I just enjoy, because it's just unbelievable. And then sometimes I play with him striker. I really enjoy it. He works really hard. I want to just help him, give him some options to have some combination.
Is Harry the best striker in the Premier League? Is he the best striker in Europe?
Yeah. It's just some players' option, but for mine option is he can score from everywhere, and he's a dangerous player. He works hard. So for me, he's the best striker.
How different is it for Spurs to play, and how difficult is it even for them to play without Harry Kane?
It's difficult to say, but I think without Harry, we have a lot of good players as well. Dele Alli, Christian Eriksen, who can score from everywhere, and they show them how they're dangerous, and we know how we are. We have to. If you have Harry cannot play, so everyone have to be ready. Have to take the chance for the other players. Have to be ready and show on the pitch.
And just a question on someone else you mentioned there, Christian Eriksen. How important is he to the Tottenham machine, that midfield?
He's very important. He created a lot of chance to some attack the player. That's why we can score for the attack player, like Harry or Dele or me, can score a lot of goals. I think this guy is very important to have this team.
And a word on yourself. You've played 8 Premier League matches so far this season, started 4, come off the bench in the other 4. How do you see your role in this team? Do you see yourself as this utility man, happy to come off the bench and offer something different, or do you want to start every match?
Yeah, of course I want to start every game, but this is sometimes difficult to say. I want to. Sometimes if I have a choice to someone play, someone on the bench. But if I come on the bench, I have to be ready. I don't know when it's coming. Maybe it's 2 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. Have to be ready for the team. And when I come on the bench, I fight for every action for the teammates, and that's it. That's why we Tottenham, the squad doing very well. Everyone is ready for every minute.
Just a little bit about your own journey into the Premier League, obviously via the Bundesliga as well, but starting in South Korea, how big and how influential is the Premier League in South Korea?
Yeah, it's massive. I think in Asia, especially in Asia, is the biggest league in the world. I think biggest fans they have in the Asian, I think, Premier League, and this is very impacted to play to Premier League. Of course, I'm really enjoy to Premier League to play every game, every training session, to come to the training ground and to see every players. And South Korea is start the big when play Park Ji-sung and in Manchester United. They showed in the TV when I was maybe kid, and I really enjoyed it to watch in every Premier League games, and that was my dream to play Premier League.
And your goal against Liverpool means that you are now level with Park Ji-sung in terms of Asian players to have scored in the Premier League, 19 goals each, and one would think that at some point you will overtake him. That must be a bit surreal for you.
Yeah, of course this is special for me, but he's still for me my legend or still for Asian legend for me, and he is my idol. You know, when I was a kid, I would watch him. You know, I growing about him. I watch a lot of things about him, and you know, still I can't catch him. You know, I have a lot of things to do it for when I to catch him. Still, he's my hero and idol, and yeah, of course, this is something. I have something different position. I play with Park, and yeah, of course I can score more goals, but this means it's not I catch Park. You know.
What has the impact of the South Koreans been on the Premier League? Obviously, you are the most recent in a whole line of successful players from both South Korea and other Asian countries as well, thinking likes of Japan, Shinji Kagawa and Okazaki at the moment at Leicester as well. What have they brought to the Premier League?
Yeah, it's difficult to say. I think it's not a lot of Asian players in play Premier League. This is very disappointing, but few players. I hope they're doing very well to the future. You know, I hope it's coming to some players to the Premier League to make the Asian football bigger than now or bigger than before. You know, I think this is my dream to make South Korea football big, and that's why I had to do very well to the other people to make South Korea make good name, and this is my dream to make it.
And your own father was a footballer?
Yeah.
Who played for South Korea?
Yeah, he played for South Korea, but he got Achilles injury, and he stopped. Maybe he was 28 or 29 very early, and yeah, he's my father, but he can be my teacher as well.
So some questions then finally, looking ahead to this weekend, one of the biggest matches of the season for any football fans. I imagine for Tottenham players it must still be one of the fixtures that you get most excited about.
Of course, last week we had a very good game. Of course it was a big game, everyone excited to play, and we had a great game to win against Liverpool 4-1, but this is already passed. We have to just looking forward. Now it's coming to another big game. We have to just be ready and we have the focus on Saturday early, and I think everyone is ready and to fight. It's gonna be a big game. Manchester United is gonna be fight as well. We have to just be ready on our mind.
Are you expecting any sort of backlash, any sort of revenge from United, having been beaten surprisingly by Huddersfield last weekend?
This is not for us important, because they lost against Huddersfield. This is past already. We lost against last night. West Ham is past. That's why we have to just looking forward. We don't focus on Manchester United. We just focus on us. We have to just looking forward and be ready.
You've played against obviously them last season. What do you expect, or what do you know that you're going to face when you play a Jose Mourinho team?
Yeah, it's difficult. Difficult to say. I played last season twice, home and away, and yeah, we lost it there 1-0, I think. And yeah, have a great chance to make a good result from the last season. And I think we hope this season it's the same. It's gonna be big game, just up and down. It's gonna be tight game, speed, and to just play our game, then I think we have a great chance to win this game.
And the final two questions. How important do you think this match and the result on Saturday will be in determining the outcome of the Premier League?
I think it's very important for us to have good result for Saturday, because we can just especially when we lost yesterday, it's a very disappointed. We can make a happy again, the feeling good. Can make the feeling good again, and I think it's very, very, very important to have a good result for the rest of the season.
And the final question, much more general. Who is the best player you have played against in your time in the Premier League so far?
Against?
Yeah. This is a general one from the Premier League. Premier League website want to know who's the toughest opponent you have faced.
Tottenham players in the training session. No, I don't know actually. I didn't think about it. Have to be other opponent, not Tottenham players.
Yeah, who have you played against? Who's been the
against?
toughest?
Let me think. Have to be defender?
Doesn't have to be. Or or who's had the most skill on the pitch that you've noticed?
Without Tottenham players, I think Hazard impressed me very much, because he's skillful, he's dangerous, he's quick, he's sharp, and I think when I see him, not against us, when I see him on the TV, and I'm really enjoying to watch him.